Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of our Roundtable here from Inside Out Network. I'm your host, Jay. Thank you guys again for showing up in here and showing your support and being in here. As always, I do very much appreciate it. We have Orphan Annie in here. How's it going, Orphan? How you? It's nice to see you, and it's a pleasure to know that you're in here again, as usual. I need to get your information, your email, and whatever other contact information you have, because I like to get you up on the podcast if necessary, because I'd like to do a show with you and all that. Cynthia's in here. How you doing, Cynthia? Good to see you, as usual. And, of course, I said, welcome, Orphan. And Cynthia said this, welcome in, Orphan Annie. And, of course, Orphan said this. And we got John Doe. Hey, what's going on, Joe Doe? I hope you're doing okay in your neck of the woods. Good to see you anyways, nonetheless. And then Orphan says, sounds good, boss. All right. So anyways, we do have an interesting podcast for you guys tonight. As always, of course, this is going to be actually fitting for a lot of you that are in here tonight, especially when it comes to Cynthia, because she lives in the Deep South. In Texas, believe it or not. And I think a few others live in the Deep South. I live in the Deep South here in Florida. So as you guys know, we're dealing with another, I feel anyways, it's going to be another very busy summer when it comes to our prisons and the inhumane conditions inside these prisons during the summer months, during the heat and all of that. I think some of this data, guys, tonight is going to be very interesting to a lot of you, because facts don't lie, obviously. And I bring the facts to the table as much as possible. Yes, Tammy, you're right, Cynthia. Tammy does too. And I'm hoping that she's going to be in here tonight and up on the show to help discuss this show tonight. Nonetheless, it's good that I'm glad to see you all in here tonight anyways. So thank you guys for being here and showing your support. I appreciate it. All right, as you guys know, as you guys can see in the title description of this show, we're going to be talking about the AC issues, which is, believe it or not, guys, an inhumane issue within our southern prisons. Not so much in our northern prisons, believe it or not, but yes, don't get me wrong, the northern states too can get hot, but I don't think that we do have heat-related deaths up north as much as we do down here in the south. But in all prisons, I do believe, from a respectful note, that all prisons should have ACs. Absolutely. So with that being said, let me go ahead and get in the chat real quick before I show you guys the information. My good friend Orphan said, I live in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains in Serviceville. Wow. Okay, so I take it gets pretty hot there too, right, in the summertime. If you can tell me, Orphan, real quick, what does the temp get like in your neck of the woods? Because I can tell you guys definitely it can get up in the 90s here in Florida, but when you add the humidity, it makes it so much hotter. Trust me on that. It makes it so much hotter. Air conditioning. Yes, John Doe, that's correct. We're going to be talking about that issue tonight. Thank you so much. All right. So anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the information here tonight. I want to show you guys some data on the screen regarding this, this topic tonight. And I'll go again, credit goes to Tammy for sending me this information. And of course, credit all goes to the people that put this information up too, by the way. So let me go ahead and show you guys some information and data up on the screen. And then I'll get into the share screen and show you some other headlines or articles or some information that I believe will be crucial for tonight. Here's the first piece of information I want to show you guys. Let me know if you guys can see it. There it is. This is coming from the Prison Policy Initiative. Now, again, if you guys don't know what that is, I highly suggest you go check it out. Again, it's right there on your screen, Prison Policy Initiative. They got some great information over there. I use them a lot for these podcasts. Anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and say this. Some medical conditions make people especially vulnerable to high temperatures. See, I told you. They are especially common in prison. And you can see, it says here, Texas State Prisons population is, according to this, 20% plus. All right. So it's up there. Obviously, Texas is a big state, so they got the bigger the state, the more people they have locked up. And it says this, taking citric medication, psych medicine basically, taking hypertension medication, have asthma, and have diabetes. These 4 issues right here can cause heat-related deaths in our prisons. So if you guys want this information, again, go over to the website called Prison Policy Initiative, or PPI. They have a lot of great research, and I highly respect them. Their data is true and legit. But I can tell you guys right there it is. All right. So with that said, let's move on to the next image real quick, guys. And I hope you guys can see it. Let me go. Can you guys give me a thumbs up? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let me get this off the screen real quick. Can you guys hear me? Put in the chat and let me know if you can hear me. It's my fault. Okay, thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate it. It was my fault. My fault. Okay, it's my bad. Let me just go back to the thing here real quick. All right. So you guys have already seen this. Look at there's the percentage. There's all of the things that you guys can see there. I hope that makes sense. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing real quick, guys. I want you guys to pay attention to this. Look at this. Black, Native, and miracle people in state prisons are more likely than white people to have asthma, diabetes, and hypertension. Look at this. Asthma, white people, 14%. Black people, 18%. American, Indian, and Alaska native, 18%. 2 or more races, 21%. Diabetes, white 7%, black 8%, American, Indian, and Alaska Native 11%, and 2 more races 9%. So it looks like American, Indian, and Alaska so far seems to have the higher percentage rate so far. But look at this. Hypertension, white 28%, black 33%. And then, of course, the American Indian one is up to 32%, and so is the 2 or more races, 32%. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Sad but true, guys. And this was in 2016 information. So yeah, it's old data, but nonetheless, if it's high here, it's even higher now. So it's not good news still. All right, moving on to the next thing, guys, real quick. As you guys can see here, older people in state prisons are plagued with chronic health conditions. Absolutely, the elderly. Percentage of people in state prison age 55 and older who report ever having specific health conditions. And you guys can see the numbers. Look at this. Cancer, 12%. Kidney problems is 12%. Heart disease is 23%. Diabetes, again, is 23% because the food's not good in there. I've done a show on that. Arthritis is 45%. And then hypertension seems to be the biggest kicker, is 62%. Look at that. Yeah. And they're all about trying to keep the prisons somewhat healthy. Yeah, right. Sure. Moving on to the next piece of data, guys. Here it is. Hotter summer days are killing our people in state prisons. And here it is. Look at this. And I think I already showed this. I don't know why this was put up twice. So let me go ahead and get rid of that. You guys already seen it. There it is, though, nonetheless. So what do you guys think about that information so far? Let's get in the chat real quick. Let's see. I got to see where I left off real quick. And then I'm going to do a share screen. Cynthia said, "Hey, Tammy, I was just looking for you to share to you." Yep, Tammy. Okay. Orphan Annie gets in here and says this: the Smoky Mountains are partly cloudy year round and vary from 31 degrees in the winter to 87 degrees in the peak of summer. But it's the high humidity that gets you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Orphan, for that. Yep, I know I took care of the sound. Sorry, guys. Orphan said this: with the heat index, it easily reaches over 90 at lower elevations. Wow, that's crazy. Cynthia said, in Texas cells, temperatures exceed 120 degrees. I'm not surprised. And I can tell you why that is. Most of our prisons, believe it or not, guys, take this as a side note for you. Most prisons are built with brick or that sandstone, I believe anyways. And it just absorbs and sucks in the heat because it's porous. Okay, so that material that they use to build these prisons, it just radiates and sucks in the heat from the daytime heating, and it just goes right inside. It just goes right inside the prisons. All right, so let's see. Orphan said this from Inside Out. My mom and dad were living in St. Augustine, Florida at the time of their deaths. Mom died first, 2019, and then dad. I'm very sorry for your loss. My thoughts and prayers are going out to you on that, Orphan. Multiracial, not. Oh, okay. Thank you for the correction. My bad. All right. And it looks like AI. So I got my friend in here. She was on the other live that I spend time on another channel. Anyways, she's in here. She's helping support this channel and do what she can to advertise for me and whatnot. Jules, hey, Inside Out, I'm late, but was getting the kids into bed. I'll be listening. Thank you so much. I appreciate you nonetheless. Go check her channel out if you guys want to sub to her. I can try. I don't think I can. Hold on a minute. I got different settings going on right now. Definitely not healthy food, whether from the kitchen or care packs or vending machines during visits. Absolutely. Yeah, and again, guys, the food is absolutely what causes a lot of health issues in there. It's high sodium, high sugars, high it's not good And it says right on the containers, guys, not for human consumption. I used to work in the kitchen, so I saw those containers. DLC doesn't think you know that, but when you see stuff like that, it makes you kind of wonder what the hell you're feeding your loved ones. Felt bad. But anyways, they're absolutely. Thank you, Jules. My friend John Doe gets in here and says this. According to staff, rumors concerning the FSP in Stark, they supposedly said the inmates shoved crap in the vents that screw the HVAC units up. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, these some of these guys in here, you know, are not obviously playing with a full deck, with all due respect there, by the way. So these people, I don't know what it is that why they would try to hamper getting cold air into their living unit. But then, you know, it doesn't surprise me. But anyways, thank you, John, for your comment. I appreciate it. Not for human consumption or very expired. Absolutely. And that's another reason why they get sick. Kidney issues, gallbladder issues. This is what I had, you know, and countless other organ issues. But, you know, I'll show you guys how much money comes into the system. And there's no rhyme or reason or excuse why our food should be crap. But any way to save $1, right? But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get into the topic tonight for the share screen aspect of this. And I'm going to show you guys some stuff that's going to probably, you know, give you guys a mixed bag of emotions. And this is what I do. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. And let me know if you guys can see this in the chat because I got my phone on. So, oops, my bad. Here it is. Air conditioning is a human right. I spoke on this once before. It absolutely is. And I want you guys to really pay attention to this. Again, I'll highlight this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Air conditioning is a human right. Absolutely. Heat-related prison deaths are rising due to climate change. All right, there you guys go. You guys can see it firsthand. There it is. This was done by Thomas Darden, Getty Images. I think, well, the image was. But you guys can see what I'm talking about here. And let me know if you guys can see it and you guys can read it. This is by Arn Baker. Updated May 23rd, 2023 at 9:50 a.m. Eastern District Time. So you guys can see this is not fairly old, but it is here. Anyways, let's go ahead and read this guys off to you guys. The best time to visit prisoner in Texas is early morning. Yep, because it's not so hot. When the crowds are thin and the lines are short. During the summer months, Dominic aims to mid-afternoon. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Not because it's better for her schedule. It's not. But because she knows that if she comes during the hottest part of the day, her ex-husband will at least get a few hours of respite in the air conditioning visiting area. See, they have it in there, but they don't have it in the living units or the pods, which is a disgrace. So let's go ahead and move down here. Neither his cell nor the common areas, told you, of the prison where he has spent the past 8 years are air conditioned. And temperatures inside can reach triple digits in the summer. On really hot days, says Dominic, her ex-husband's white prison jumpsuit is already soaked with sweat by the time he comes out to see her. When I hug him, he's just dripping wet. And again, right there, guys, right there, when I hug him, he's dripping wet. Now, is that humane? I don't think it is. It's a no-brainer. It's not just uncomfortable, it can be deadly. According to research by Julie Scarhar, an environmental, I do apologize, guys, on some of these damn words. I have a reading disability, so don't make fun of me. It is what it is. I got to learn, I got to get that worked on. At least I come out with it and say I got an issue, so it is what it is. Anyways, so you guys can see it there at Brown University School of Public Health. 271 prisoners died. Again, that's ridiculous. There's a number. 271 prisoners died of heat-related causes in un-air conditioning Texas prisons between 2001 and 2019. All right, and of course that number is obviously going to change. It's way higher than that now. Moving on, many more suffer heat exhaustion each year, reporting dizziness, nausea, heat rashes, and muscle cramps. That's absolutely correct. Absolutely. With climate change, each summer is going to be worse than the last. If nothing is done about this, people will continue to die. Yep, says Dominic, founder of Texas Prisons Community Advocates. Again, I need to check these guys out. Anyways, an organization that campaigns for prisoner welfare. We have people going in for unpaid parking tickets and drug possession charges, and they end up getting a death sentence because of the heat. Yep. Yeah. See, and that tells you guys something right there. And I think Tammy just got in here. Let me get out of this real quick. Yep, she's in here. Welcome to the show, Tammy. How you doing?
Sorry, I lost connection for a few minutes. I was not at home. I'm home now, so.
Oh, you're good. No worries, no sweat. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
Feeling bad for these people right now. A whole bunch of them right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's starting to get hot already in Texas.
Yeah.
No,
and it's already been close to 90 here where I'm at. So just figure. But anyways,
like you think about it like a brick oven, like a brick pizza oven. So the heat is beating down on them, and like they're in 2 and 3 story tiers. It's metal doors, cinder block walls most of the time, or brick. So it's heating up, and it's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
Well, and as you know, Tammy, as we learned in school, at least I did, heat rises.
That's right.
So the more you're up high, like if you're on the top bunk or something along those lines, you get the shitty end of the stick, for those guys that are dealing with that, if that makes any sense. So yeah, it's disgusting, especially if there's tiers.
Prison should be all one level. I don't agree with the whole stacking on top of each other type thing. Just for the whole, safety. There's a whole lot of reasons I don't like that whole concept of the way they're built. But just there's ways they could have insulated different to not make it the way it is.
Well, yeah, and what's sad, as you probably know, there's a lot of people, including I think the organization I just read off here in a minute. I'll go back to it to show you. People are really advocating to try to bring this AC issue to light and fix it to where we actually have AC in the deep south out here. I don't understand what the problem is or why they can't have AC. There's AC in the visiting room, as you just guys heard earlier. I read it. And there's AC in some other locations, but there's no AC in the pods or the living units. I do not know why.
You know why there's always AC in not just visiting, but admin. The warden's office is definitely air conditioned. They're not sitting without AC. I promise you. Nobody in admin. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I bet
that's ridiculous.
Go ahead, Tammy. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. And I think the CO office or the CO desk or the security officer's desk, depending on where it's sitting and how it's put in there, I think they have AC. So I don't know. Norman, the knower of things, said climate change. What the F? Yeah, climate change is measured in fractions of 1 degree Celsius. It's not noticeable by humans compared to other factors. Well, I could see that. Thank you so much for your comment, Norman. Cynthia said this. So sad because all the deaths could have been avoided, but there's always more in county waiting in line to go to prison. Yes. Because again, even in county jails, ladies and gentlemen, there is no AC in there either. They got fans, some of those big professional industrial fans, moving the hot mess around. But other than that, they don't got AC. Tammy?
Well, I mean, this is the whole thing like last year, and I'm sure Cynthia knows and heard about it too. So there was a guard last year. There were several that passed away. here in Texas. But like
Wow.
one of them, he was actually there and he fell asleep, and his body basically cooked on the floor. He died. I mean,
Wow.
the heat killed him. They
Yeah.
don't give a damn. Period. The people
Yeah.
that control Texas got $85 million to put the ACs in.
Wow. See
And
that?
they still haven't. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's stupid.
Okay, so let me ask you a question real quick, Tammy. So that's the cost. I'm just trying to do the numbers in my head. That's the cost of ACs.
Well, we have 104 prisons, so yeah, I could see that. Because
Okay.
they got to
I mean,
run, they
that's
got to run ducting, they got to do all of that. You know what I mean? They got to put in
right.
units, they got to move things because now they got to build a space for it. Because when they built the prison, spent all the taxpayers' money, they didn't equate to put AC in there because they didn't give a damn. It's kind of like working them in the peanut fields in the heat of the day. Like, no, we don't even let construction workers work most of the time. Like in Texas, they do construction at night because it's so hot.
Yeah, I didn't
And
see that.
traffic and all that. But yet we're going to put human beings out in fields like slave labor in the heat. And they don't care if they drop dead.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, and it is you hit that right on the nail, because again, we have to obviously, now that you did the numbers and you said how much the ACs are. I have data. I'm going to show data. But it's absolutely ridiculous that we have the funds, but they keep saying, if you don't know who I'm talking about the system, DOC as a whole, all things mixed in there, saying that, oh, it's not in the system. Not in the budget. We can't afford AC. We can't. They're lying to you guys. Trust me, they're lying to you. It's in there. They have it. And
Well,
again,
take their central heat and air out of their homes and see how long that they would last.
yeah,
Those
no
highfalutin,
kidding.
high-paid, useless ass people sitting up there at the tippy top of the scale, making these stupid decisions. It's because it's not their person. It's not
Yeah,
their loved one. But you know
yeah.
what? These are human beings, and I promise you, if they want to call themselves Christians or whatever, since we did the Christianity pod, you know what? You think God, you don't have to stand in front of him at the end of the day for all these deaths that have occurred?
Right.
I would not want that on my head, and I would not be able to sleep at night.
Me either.
They are human
Because
beings.
because I did a short video on what is your JNS. And real quick, what that stands for some of you newbies out there that don't know what your JNS means, JNS is your judgment and sentencing. It's all your information through the courts on a couple of pieces of paper that you got to take with you when you go on a chain bus. Nonetheless, what I'm getting at is that I know somewhere, and I know it didn't say it on mine, and probably most likely yours, it didn't say anywhere in there where, oh, and by the way, you're going to do this time, but you're also sentenced to death too while you're doing this time, even though you didn't get the death penalty. You see what I'm saying? So you go to these prisons, you're supposed to do the time that the judge gave you, but you can't even do that because you might end up in the grave.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the whole thing. I mean, I was given a little piece of information. So for all you folks out there, and this doesn't have to do with the heat, but it kind of is an example. So
Right.
if you owe child support and you're in prison,
Norman said,
they cannot get you.
right.
So,
Sorry to cut you off, Tammy. Norman said, Tammy, what part of Texas? I'm in Houston. So Norman said that. Asked.
okay, so that's my old stomping grounds. I used to live in League City, Clear Lake area, and I live 45 minutes south of Corpus Christi.
Oh, okay.
So here's what I was saying. Thank you, Norman, for coming in too. So this is the whole thing. So if you don't make minimum wage, you don't have a minimum wage job in prison, then they can't. It's illegal for them to collect child support.
Wow.
I'm gonna find the stuff on it.
That's
I'm sure
amazing.
John Doe, I know you're in here, so
Yeah,
if
he's in
you
here.
have the piece on that, will you post it in the chat? Just because I didn't want to lose that information, and I got that from our good friend John Doe today, either today or
Absolutely.
last night. But anyway, back to the heat issue, and then in the winter they freeze, right, Cynthia?
Right.
Go ahead,
Hey,
put it out in
Harvey.
the chat what they did in the winter
Yeah.
to the guys.
My good friend Harvey talks prisons is in here, and he's got a good channel that he talks about prison stuff too. So if you want to go check him out and sub to him, it'll be great. He's he supports me, I support him. I get on his lives, he gets on mine when he can. So, anyways, welcome in, Harvey. Thank you so much for being here. If you got any questions for me, let me know. With that being said, let me go ahead and get in some of the comments in here. Cynthia said, "I agree, John, but that's not going to happen." And I got this up on the screen. It's in. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Orphan Annie sent it. It's a source. This is it's a link in the chat. You guys can click it. There it is. It's up on the above the ticker. I hope you guys can see it. Anyways, go check that out. And then of course Harvey said, "Hey, inside." That's basically "Hey, inside out." And then Jules said, "Hey, Harvey, you made it." Yep. All right. I'm trying to
I
get the
would love
chat
it
going.
if he could come up. That would be kind of cool. I'm sure he's got plenty to say.
Yeah, I love that. I love to have Harvey up. Harvey, if you can hear me, you're more than welcome to come up tonight. I know it's last minute. No, I can't even talk. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with my speech tonight? I feel like crap. Anyways, if you want to come up, Harvey, the link to that is in the pinned section at the very top of the comment section. Come on up if you want to chit chat with me. I'd like to have you up on the live. You're invited nonetheless.
Cynthia said, and now they're adding the illegal immigrants. Yeah, and listen, guys, even if people can't, if you're not in Jay's state of Florida, let's support them. Let's write letters. Let's raise hell with them, because we got to put a stop. And I'm telling you guys, when I'm out in the grocery store, or I'm at the laundromat, because I live in a tiny home, so I have to wash at the laundromat. I tell people, I educate them. I'll just be sitting there and I'll just go, "Hi, how are you?" And then we'll just be talking. "So what do you think of such and such?" And then I'll be like, "Oh, by the way, have you ever heard of this? And they're doing this and they're doing that." And I just make people aware of the climate of things and the changes and how terrible they are treating other human beings that are going to come back out into society and not be able to function because we let them. We don't personally, but they're getting abused in there, mentally, physically, emotionally.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you see John Doe's comment? Look at that. It said it has to do with the fact a court cannot order someone to do that which is impossible without having violated the applicable administrative prison rules or otherwise having broken the law. True, very true.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't work and make a wage, then how in the hell? Yeah, no.
All right. So thank you, Orphan, for your information. You are highly appreciated right there. Thank you so much for doing that. All these links are in the comment. I hope you guys can see it and go check it out. She's sharing stuff. And an Orphan, link above to at Harvey Talks Prison Channel. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Orphan. I appreciate you. All right. As we wait for Harvey, because he's going to try to come in here, he said he needs a few minutes. I'm going to give him that. So absolutely. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to go back to the share screen. If I hear a beep or something on my end, that means Harvey's coming in here. And what I'm going to do is come back out of the share screen, come back in here and get Harvey up in here and chit chat with him. He's a good dude anyways. He did some time in prison, so he's got a little bit of knowledge under his belt too as well. So much love and respect for Harvey over there. But anyways, let's go ahead and do the share screen, guys, real quick. If I can, let me do this. And bear with me, it's all going to get weird on the screen. All right, hold on a second, Harvey. 1 second. Let me get back. Let me, come on, cooperate. 1 second, Harvey. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now for you. Okay, Harvey? There's the link. Click that. Come in as a guest, and I'll see you in a little bit. I'll wait for you before I go to the share screen. So go ahead, Tammy, while we're waiting for him.
Okay, so I mean, like they have these cooling beds, and they have the cooling towels that, of course, family members can buy to help keep your loved one cool. They can just dunk their cooling towel into the toilet that's so sanitary and get it cold with the fan that the family member purchases and then cool their body down. That just sounds like a blast of fun to me. I think we should just all do that here at home tonight, in honor of them. I mean, I'm sick. And an incident happened. Yeah. I don't know if I told you.
No, go ahead.
So my loved one, the first day that he gets there for intake, when they took him to dinner, to chow.
Hey, Harvey.
He's standing there. He's standing there going to chow. And they didn't give him a utensil to eat with, so he got to eat with his hands, like an animal. And his cellmate that he didn't even know, who's such, everybody's a terrible person in there, right? So this guy gives my husband a spoon.
Wow.
I don't even know who he is, and I wish I could thank him. He had no reason to be that nice to my husband, but he was. He was a human being, which the staff can't even be. That's sad.
Wow. Great. That's crazy. Anyways, welcome in, Harvey. How you doing, my friend?
Harvey.
I'm doing all right. How you all doing?
I'm hanging in there. Another day in paradise. So yeah. Do you have anything that you want to say real quick? Because we're talking about the AC issues. Now, I know you did prison, but I can't remember which one you said. Did you have prisons where you were at, or excuse me, AC where you're at?
The first prison I was in, no, Missouri State Penitentiary didn't have no AC, and it was just hot in the summertime. I mean, just it'd melt you. But the ones after that did have AC.
Okay, so but in your living unit they had it, correct?
At the newer prisons, yeah, but not at the Missouri State Penitentiary. It didn't have no AC.
Wow, that's crazy.
Did y'all have any deaths in there?
It's cold, so don't have to worry about it.
All right, yes, we're having a little bit of time delay, guys, so I apologize on that.
That's okay.
I don't know what it is. It's got to be the
internet. Keep losing connection. So.
You're having storms, right?
Yeah, we're having storms. Yeah,
that's why. All right. Well, stand by, everybody. We're gonna do a share screen real quick, and we're gonna go ahead and share what I wanted to show you guys about the AC related issues. So here it is. Can you guys see that on your screen? Let me know in the chat, please, because I can't see you guys in the chat no more. All right. As you guys can see here, this is a topic that my good friend Tammy sent me. Tammy, do you see this, and do you have it on you by chance? Did you want to read it, or you want me to read it? Tammy?
Did I sent this one to you, you said?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Give me a moment. Go ahead and start, and I'll try and find it.
Okay. Can you guys see it on your screen? Can you read it okay?
Yeah.
All right. It says, I don't wish this on anyone. 2 families mourn their losses after a record year of Texas heat deaths. Again, it's Texas, but of course, all the southern states out here when it comes to prisons are dealing with the same thing. So it's not just Texas, even though this story is about Texas. So anyways, it says here. Okay, do you want to read it, Tammy, or do you want me to?
Oh, I can. Let me see what we want to. The heat. I'm going to skip around in it so that we're not like going over time.
Okay, go ahead.
On the grassy bank of the Brazos River, Dawn Green's children repeat the same numbers over and over in hushed tones. Core body temperature of 110 degrees. 86 years old, 1 hour. His stepmom points out the shore where he fished. His daughter clutches a box of his ashes. About 3 dozen friends, family members, and neighbors quietly shuffle into the loose circle and wait for a celebration of life to begin. Green was among the 334 people in Texas who died from the heat in 2023. According to data compiled by the Texas Department of State of Health Services between January 1st and November 30th. So 334 people died from the heat in 2023. The heat killed more Texans in 2023 than any other year on record. According to the figures, which are not yet final, the state's heat-related deaths records began in 1989. More than twice as many people died from the heat in 2023 than in 2011, which holds the state record for the hottest summer in state history. The state's population has only increased by 19% in those 12 years. So the increase in heat-related deaths has outpaced the population growth.
Yeah, and these numbers are way higher now. So look at this chart, guys. You can't make this shit up. Look, a record number of people died due to heat in Texas 2023. Look at this. And this is just last year. Imagine what it's going to be this year. And you guys can see the chart. This is ridiculous.
So, Annie, yes, to your question, they do if their families can purchase them. Every inmate can have up to 2 fans. The fans are $23. For anybody that has an inmate in Texas, you can go to the TDCJ website, type in the search bar where it says, how do I? Put in fan direct. Direct. There's a form. You send a cashier's check or a money order for $23. You can purchase 2 fans for an inmate.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they have, but you're just
Thank you, Tammy, for that information.
Around. Yeah. I'll try and get it to you, and we'll put it. Yeah, I'm with you, John.
Yeah.
Did you see his comment? He said,
One second.
Who do we put a truckload? So who do we write for a truckload of paper fans that we send to? Whose office do we send them to?
No kidding.
I say every governor in every state, to be honest with you, because let's face it, all of the country is hot.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
We can't even go outside anymore. We're not used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
Do you have anything to add there, Harvey?
That's just unbelievable numbers, man. Something's got to be done, I thought it was bad at the Missouri State Penitentiary when it didn't have no AC, but 334 and one's too many, but 334, that's out of control,
Absolutely.
If we saw that in any other incident, like a wreck or a bombing or a plane going down or anything, everybody around the world be crying about that. But because it's prisoners, we don't hear about it on the news.
Well, if there was a plane or something that went down, it'd be all over the news everywhere, even if there's just a couple people in it. But prison news, they don't make, things that happen in prison doesn't make the news too much.
Yeah, and Harvey, do you know why that is?
Well, in Missouri, it's because they try to keep it away from the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't want the public to know that they're making millions of dollars off of everybody that's incarcerated.
Right.
No, because if they get their mistakes put out in public and whatnot, then it's a big embarrassment to them, and then they don't want to. They don't like that embarrassment.
Well, last September in South Central Correctional Center in Missouri, there was a guy who was unalived, but his family asked what happened, and the prison said unknown causes, and the family only found out from the coroner what happened. Unknown causes. Wow. The guy was the guy was deleted by another prisoner.
Wow. That's crazy. That's
about that.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I love? I love the fact, and by all means, I don't want anybody, I'm not encouraging anybody, but thank you, anybody who puts the truth out there with their phones. I'm just saying, thank God for TikTok.
Right.
Thank God for YouTube. Thank God for Facebook,
that's one thing.
Instagram. I love it.
That's one thing I love about this channel here is because he's always trying to get the truth out there, you know.
I try.
I'll rock with anybody who does that.
We're bringing the truth because you know what? We have to. We are their voice. We are their only voice. I
That's right.
strongly encourage people to get power of attorneys. Write them at the law library. Send us power of attorneys. You need a power of attorney, contact me. If you need a medical power of attorney, you need to get stuff done, you need information, contact me. I will help you. I will absolutely help anybody that wants help, that needs it, because with knowledge like that is power. It is powerful. You go register your power of attorney and get it certified and stamped at the courthouse, and it is a legal binding document.
Well, yeah, you know, and also we need to get the truth out there to people who are ignorant about what's going on in prison. Some of them don't care. Some of them, you know, but it concerns everybody. You know, it's like people are not concerned until one of their loved ones get put in prison, and then all of a sudden they're concerned and asking you questions.
Yeah, I get that all the time, and I don't know if it's ever come across you, Harvey, when you do your shows and whatnot. When people say, "Well, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime" scenario, I get that all the time. Or, "Hey, don't go to prison if you don't like it." Yeah, but that concept doesn't work with me anymore, because obviously, if everybody followed that same rule, our prisons would be empty.
Right.
You know, I mean, come on. But yeah, oh man.
Yeah, but some people, you know, some of them are haters and trolls, and others, they just don't know, you know.
Absolutely. It's funny. Education seems to be scary now.
Well, I mean,
or it's either scary or lazy.
Yeah, and it's like you said. I mean, how did I meet you? Same thing. I had no clue what it was really like, because I had never had interaction with someone who was incarcerated to that level that I knew I had guys that worked for me that were felons when I was a contractor. I hired them because I believed in second chances. When I had my restaurant, I hired them because I believe in second chances. See, I never asked them about their business, because I felt like they were already under enough scrutiny. So I never asked anybody that worked for me about it. But when I went through this, then I saw the truth. And it's one of those things. Either you're a good person or you're not. I'm a good person. I couldn't unsee it. Now I can't keep my mouth shut, and I'm not going to. I'm going to tell it to anybody that will listen. Yeah. They're going to hear it over and over and over again until I beat it into everybody's brain that, you know, hey, by the way, these are somebody's son, daughter,
absolutely,
wife, mother. They have children out there. And I hate that crap of, oh, well, you do the time, you do the crime, you do the time. How many people are innocent in there, when there is 1 in every 3 people in America that knows someone in their family has been touched by incarceration? You can kiss my because let's just put it out there. Come on, let's be for real with it all.
Right.
That can be you. Well, anybody is one step. We're all one step away from being locked up at any given time in the United States.
Yeah. Go ahead, Harvey. Go ahead, Harvey.
I saw a stat the other day. It said that it is believed that there's 45,000 innocent people incarcerated in the United States. 45,000, that's a lot. That's more than I thought it was.
That's a city. That's a city.
Yep.
So there's
Wow.
a city of people. So what does that tell you? If that's the only ones we can track down, how many more do you think are innocent?
Wow, and I thought
Right.
the number was high. I thought the number was high when I was in my county jail. 35% of the 2,000 souls in county jail were actually innocent of their crimes. That's 35%. I think the number is higher now.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Well, I mean, when the very people that are putting them in jail are the crooked as hell, how can we
Right.
sit here? How can we sit here and say, not my problem. Not my problem. Okay, stupid. While you're sitting there and it's not your problem, it will be your problem 10 years from now, because this trend, as we're seeing the numbers, is only rising. It's not going down, and crime is only going up, not down.
And anybody at any given time could be arrested and falsely convicted,
Yeah.
and be innocent. Anybody.
Harvey, do you know the rates on the? Do you know what the rates are? The statistics on plea deals?
No, I don't.
95 to 98% of all criminal cases in the United States, and you can fact check me, 95 to 98% are, guess what?
Facts.
They're pled out.
I believe you. I believe you. I thought it was like 85% or something, but so yeah.
Anything over 50% is too high for me, because that's telling me that every like you're saying 1% of public pretenders. Sorry for the ones of you that are actually decent, but the rest of you, public pretenders.
Right.
That 1% are actually working for their clients to help assist them. Remember, they're to assist you in your defense. That's where we've got to change the mentality of people when they get arrested. They are there to assist you with your defense, not tell you how to run your defense.
Right.
They're there to assist you and help you. We got to quit being scared of these people. We have
or when you got to do the work yourself and not them.
Yeah, that's it. We got to change the mentality of people.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, because they say, well, if you're so innocent, why did you take a plea deal? Have you ever heard of that one?
Yeah, but just Jules, I'm seeing what you wrote. I do want to say this on behalf of a whole bunch of men's groups that I work with. There is a trend in this country where men are being accused and children are being weaponized under the hearsay law, that they lie and that they say that so-and-so did so-and-so to the child to
and
get
it didn't
them
even
incarcerated, and there is no coming back from that. And it
Once
is happening to fathers all over this country.
Once you're marked, that's it.
So not everybody, that's a very broad, I'm sorry, I'm not like trying to call anybody out. I just want to make everybody aware.
This is how we learn. This is an education thing.
CHOMO word, you're grouping and stereotyping everybody into one lump category when we do that. And I think that's where I wish I could go into prisons and talk to the prisoners and tell them, if you guys would unify as one group of human beings and stop fighting each other inside of there would be a whole movement in a whole different direction, and you wouldn't be spending your life in prison.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead, Harvey.
The prison encourages them to go against one another because they like division.
They like drama. They like drama.
But they like drama. Be smarter than who's got you captivated in there.
They like to fight.
If they keep them divided,
smarter than that.
Right. That's right.
I'm a survivor too, Just Jules. If you ever want to write me or talk, we can have a really good conversation. Yeah. Maybe we can come up with some solutions.
Yeah, hey, Just Jules.
Need to help people.
Yeah, Just Jules.
I'm also her own podcast and everything.
Yeah, she has a podcast. Yeah, she has a podcast, and I just want her to know that I'm also an SA survivor. So I'm just letting. I don't put that out there that much, and Tammy is one too. So we all know what you're going through.
We got to join together and come up with some real solutions.
Thank you, Jules.
For the issues.
Action said that is why I don't really leave my house. No social interactions. You can't get caught up in doing anything now. Yeah, that's true. It is true. It's sad that you can't even leave your own house.
Just Jules, can you put up what she said? Anyone should ever lie about that. And you know what? I agree with you, because it takes away from people like us who have been, and it doesn't justify the means of what they're doing. And you know what? I'm sick and tired of watching CPS, Child Protective Services, the juvenile system, the foster care system. They are doing things to these children as well, and they're getting away with it.
Yeah.
They pick and choose, and that's not right.
Thank you, Jules. Much respect.
I agree with you.
Do you have anything to add there, Harvey?
No, not really. I got to get off here in a minute anyway. But
okay, fair enough.
But yeah, you know, I think Jules, you and Jules should hook up. You know, we all need, like you said earlier, we all need to come together on this. You know,
we all need to be one unit.
The thing about prisons and all of us, we need to become one big group. You know,
we have one. We're starting one.
We have
Harvey, I want to tell you about it. And Jules, I hope y'all can write this down. Could you put it in the link there, Jay? We're starting an organization called Carry. It's going to be almost like a union is set up. Everybody will have a membership in it. We will be able to get together and file class action suits on behalf of our members who will be inmates in prison. Right now, 2 groups are suing the state of Texas for the AC issue, both on behalf of the men's and women's prisons. I'm very proud of them for stepping forward and doing that. But think of the power that we have as advocates to join groups and get some real things changed in there. Jules, I know you know what I'm talking about. In the female prisons, they can't even get the proper amount of hygiene products for their monthly.
I've heard that. Yeah.
So we need to do it. So please, the organization is called Carry.
I don't have the link on me.
Okay.
Harvey, I made you. Hey, Harvey, I made you a mod. Harvey, I made you a mod on this channel, so you can put your email in here if you want to.
All right. I don't know how I'm watching you on the computer, but I'm talking to you on the phone. I don't know how.
Gotcha.
We'll get it to you, Jules. I'll go follow your channel. I'll get it to you, Harvey. Same thing. I'll get it from one of our members that has started it. We need to get together and brainstorm. We're going to try and do housing villages and ranches across the country for re-entry under our
that's
nonprofit.
Awesome.
We've got a lot of
we want to do the housing thing. Yeah.
We got a lot of big plans that we're grouping up with a lot of places to help.
Jules says she'll find it.
Okay, Jules says she's going to find it. And Jules, if you can hear me, I made you a mod on my channel, so you can send the link. There it is. Or that's her email. Sorry, that's her email.
Hey, okay. Hey, Jules, put my email up there. Would you please?
Yes, please.
So get a hold of Jules if you want to work together on that.
Yeah, I think we need to get them in to Carry with us, because it'd be a big impact. Where are you at, Harvey? What state?
Missouri.
Yep, definitely. Y'all have it bad there. I have read.
Good.
Where's Jules at?
She's in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wants to know how you spell Carrie.
Carri.
So it's called Carrie. Go ahead.
Can you guys remember this? My email is My email is harveytalksprison@gmail.com. And if nothing else, if you can go down to one of my videos in the description and find it.
Okay. Thank you, Harvey. I appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah, no problem. All right. It ends with an I. All right.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat, Harvey, she said.
I don't see it.
He can't, when he's up here, he can't write in the chat. That's the only thing about the restream.
We're just trying to get everything organized here. We're organized, but okay, Harvey, you take care, boss.
Thank you.
All right,
Harvey.
you have a
nice
good one.
Meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Again.
Nice meeting you.
We'll do this again.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Thank you, Orphan. You're awesome. Thank you for putting that.
Yeah, Orphan is killing it here tonight.
Thank you, Jules. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Jules, for everything that you're doing on your end. We got to definitely do a podcast together. If you, there it is. There's his email. There is Harvey's email right there.
HarveyTalksPrison@gmail.com.
Remember that, guys. Yeah. So we are definitely past our time. Cynthia was in here. She had to go. Thank you, Cynthia, for being in here. Appreciate you as always. And Tammy, and again, Tammy, thank you for your assistance and all your help that you do for me. I appreciate you.
Oh, I love all of y'all. I can't help it. Y'all are my other family. And y'all are my tribe. We're going to create villages and tribes. We're going to help a lot of people.
This is going to be big. I have a feeling it's going to be huge.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tammy, I got to bounce out of here. It's time to sign off, but I want to give a major shout out to everybody in the chat. Jules, John, Cynthia, love you guys. Orphan. Let's see. Who did I miss? Actions is new here. Thank you, Actions, not distractions. I appreciate you being in here. Much love and respect to you on that. John, let's see. Who else did I miss? I hope I got everybody. If I missed you, I apologize.
I love everybody. I appreciate every single one of you for what you do for all of us. We have to support one another on this journey.
Yeah. Yeah, Orphan said this. Jules said, we appreciate you guys. Absolutely. We appreciate you, Jules. Thank you so much for being in here. Real quick, Orphan said, we need a lawyer in the house on our side. Absolutely. Somebody that will get off their ass and work for us, not be there for the money.
We do have some help in here. I'm just going to say we do have a legal beagle of sorts that does help us with a lot of stuff that's just phenomenal, brilliant. But we do need some lawyers to step up and say, you know what, we're done with this mess.
Absolutely. I agree. Have a great night and you all stay blessed. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Jules, for your appreciate it. And Tammy, thank you again for you being in here. I love you very much.
I love you guys too so much, very much.
All right. Well, with that said, I'm your host, Jay. I will see you guys on the next live right here from Inside Out Network. Good night, everybody.